Good evening. My name is Michael Garibaldi, and this is my mid-session response for Innovation in Society, the question posed earlier today. When it comes to technology and government oversight in the relegation of said technology, one poses the question on, is it rightful to have government relegate technology, or is it something that is unneeded? In a general response of yes or no, one runs into a very slippery slope of ethics rather quickly. With that being said, simply answering it with a yes or no question or answer to that question it won't suffice. I think a better answer is a base by base basis, or basically it depends approach is needed. But say we were to answer each question with a general response. So say if one was to say yes, there needs to be government oversight and regulation, and say they were to agree wholeheartedly on that decision and all its factors, one would basically be saying that only the government and those in power should hold the power of advancement and all its benefits and or pitfalls. Some may believe that the government already holds a great deal of power. I don't know if most of anybody that would disagree with that statement, but to allow this kind of oversight and only having them have the oversight in regards to technological advancements, saying that the government has too much power, doing that basically just ensures that that statement is absolutely correct in every way. This means, this is a very hypothetical situation, but definitely plausible. This means that those in power or those with agendas could easily block the unveiling of technological advancements that, say, hypothetically, for this one situation, could cure cancer. They could totally withhold that if they wanted to. And the reason being is because such a technological advancement could cause issues for the private entities that garner a solid stream of wealth and income from cancer treatment medications. This hypothetical situation is most likely closer to reality than we might believe, and having complete government oversight for technological advancements could mean that this happens more often than not. Now, if we were to go the other way on the other hand, then we still have some pretty drastic consequences. Some in not the best possible ways either. Again, this is a very basic example, but let's take some current technological advancements in use today, for example, the use of fossil fuels as a primary energy source. It has been shown that the use of this energy source has contributed to declining ecosystems across the world, as well as irreversible damage to our atmosphere and ecological systems. But this system or practice is still in use today since it's convenient, it's easy, and it's readily available. There are plenty of other systems in place or actually in development that could compensate for fossil fuels, but again, due to the lucrative nature of a world addicted to fossil fuels as an energy source, any real or effective regulations and limitations to its overuse or use in general is slow to manifest. In Langdon Winner's essays, there's one paragraph that stuck out to me better than most, and he describes it as: huge multinational petroleum corporations have bought up the smaller companies at work in this field. Their motive seems to be desire to control the configuration of whatever mix of energy sources and technologies we eventually have. As we have done so often in the past, our society has, in effect, delegated decision-making power to those whose plans are narrowly self-interested. One can predict, therefore, that when photovoltaic systems are introduced, they will carry the same qualities of institutional and physical centralization that characterizes so many modern technologies. Basically, what he is saying is that petroleum companies are buying up some of the, what is it called, photovoltaic companies, smaller in development, and that's basically renewable energy, solar powered energies. Petroleum companies are buying those up not only so that they can regulate how much is being introduced to us in general, but also in the future sense that when we do make that switch to solar powered energies and whatnot, they already have a firm grip or hold as far as how it is developed and introduced in general. Due to both these outcomes being a very real possibility, if we were to answer the question with either a yes or no, my answer to that is maybe and it depends. My suggestion is that a committee of both private and government interests are compiled. Each new technological advancement that has the vast ability to affect the world population or the world in general would be voted on and decided through basically process and committee. This may mean that some advancements may be slower to come to pass, but it also ensures that the best interests of the people and planet is also taken into account. If people as a whole see the benefits of a technological advancement, even if it provides some sort of inconvenience to us in one way or the other, but it doesn't hamper on, say, our world or our environment, then I believe the vast majority would be okay with that. Very basic explanations or answers, but that is my presentation, and that's how I feel. So if there's any questions, comments, concerns, or regrets, please, by all means, send me an email and we can talk about it. Thank you. Have a good night.